Anti the October 7th in the war in the Middle East. My next guest is bringing the fight for Jewish safety and moral clarity right here to the nation's capital. You see, this week he is meeting with senior officials at the U.S. State Department and the Department of Justice to discuss transatlantic coordination on anti-Semitism. It brings me great honor to welcome Rabbi Menachem Margolin. He is the chairman of the European Jewish Association and
Thanks so
kind enough
much,
to join
Rabbi.
us right here on the Live Zone. Rabbi, it is an honor to have you on the show.
For having me.
Obviously, we have a lot to cover in a little time to do so. One of the things that we know is that Jewish communities are experiencing a number of horrific things, not only here in America, but in Brussels, France, Germany, and beyond. Do tell.
So unfortunately, we see rise of anti-Semitism already for a very long time. But since October the 7th, numbers are crazy, and it continued to increase every day that passes. And it became so dangerous in some European countries to be a visible Jew. And we feel so unwelcomed in some other countries that the situation is absolutely the worst for the Jews since the Second World War.
Rabbi, obviously you are meeting with a plethora of officials right here in the nation's capital. What is it that you hope to get across overall?
You see, the United States of America is the most important state, and this is the place where justice and honesty and clarity is coming from. We do need the strength and the support of the United States of America, because what we see in Europe today is too many politicians who simply do not care whether they will have Jewish communities continue living in their countries or not. And we absolutely counting on the support from the United States of America. President Trump and his administration. I had the privilege to meet yesterday Ambassador Rabbi Kaplun, Ambassador-in-Large to combat anti-Semitism and fostering Jewish life, as well as the principal advisor to the State Department for international freedom of religion and others. And we do need to strengthen the relationship with the United States of America. I truly believe that if the U.S. administration will do everything that they pledged to, I believe the situation could be much better. And we absolutely cannot do it without the United States.
Obviously, you are here in the U.S., but a lot of the focus remains on what's taking place in Europe. And we know in Europe, well, strong hate speech laws are somewhat lacking, if you will. And so I'm wondering, why are we seeing so many folks not really stepping up to the plate to address just that in that part of the world?
What we see today is what we said 10 years ago that we're gonna see. The fact that Europe did not do enough to combat anti-Semitism, the fact that Europe did not do enough to ensure education about anti-Semitism, that led to more and more people who are clearly, purely anti-Semites. And those are the anti-Semites today. They have much more power, and they motivate the politicians to follow them, and they incite against the state of Israel, they incite against Jews. And what we see now is the fruits for the lack of activities, for the ignorance of European leadership for decades. So what we are seeing now is what we said 20 years ago, but a bit more strict. If Europe not going to take now serious measures to combat anti-Semitism and ensure freedom of religion, Europe will lose the Jewish community. This is serious. This is serious for Jewish life. It will be a tragedy for Europe. And we believe that this is also the interest of the United States of America to ensure that the democracy of Europe will keep the security and will ensure that Jewish life will continue on this continent.
Something not only you, but we here at Fox 5 and on the Live Zone hope to bring more attention to. We'll end with this, and that is we know that you're also visiting to bring more awareness in discussions surrounding the Limpkin case, and I'm hoping you can elaborate for my viewers.
Yeah, so just to remind the people who watch, one of the reasons, actually, I would say, one of the excuses or the motivation to harm Jewish people and the state of Israel is different kind of excuses coming from the Lemkin Institute for Genocide. which is an institution which has nothing to do with academic, but actually they were hijacking and stealing the name of Raphael Lemkin, Holocaust survivor, who lost his family in the Holocaust, and actually using his heritage and his name and his reputation to harm the state of Israel and the Jewish people, which was so dear to Raphael Lemkin. So I'm here in Washington, D.C. with Joseph Lemkin, the family member of Raphael Lemkin, meeting with administration to ensure that this fake academic institution will not continue to use the heritage and the name of Raphael Lemkin to actually spread lies against the Jewish people and the state of Israel. And they serve today, as I said, a very strong motivation behind many of the demonstrations and the hatred and the incitements that we see all around the world against the Jewish people and the state of Israel.
Well said, sir. We truly appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, I want to take you to a breaking story out of New York City, where just minutes ago we learned that Columbia University now reporting that one of their students has been detained by home